Hey all, welcome back to another Less is More 2 video. So it has been a couple of days of craft, some more craft. Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Craft. Yeah. That's why I haven't really put anything out because this has been so crafting heavy, it is absolutely ridiculous. But what we've got is this is our power generation. Not really sure if I showed this before, at least probably not in this state, but there are four of the Gormarillas. Each one has a dropper, shoots out potatoes. And then there's a mana spreader with a velocity and potency lens on each to make sure that it keeps up. Let's move a little bit away from the portal over there. Right now, everything is pretty manual. I mean, I got to turn everything on and turn it off, activate and deactivate everything. It'd be a lot easier if I had gates or something else, but I'm not even really sure if I'm going to keep some of the stuff here. So, this is one of the two Tesseracts I was able to make, the only two. So far, I just don't have a good dependable source of ender pearls. I mean, I can make them out of my iron, or I can go over to the mob spawner area and wait for some to show up on the platform there. So I can get them, it's not quick. Hopefully, we'll be able to remedy that sooner rather than later. But this brings in potatoes, round robins them to the droppers, and fills up our mana pool. So no big deal there. That's pretty simple. This thing actually does keep up with the current settings of the orchid, which is every 10 seconds this piston pushes forward. Now, I do want to mention one thing. If you're going to do this, make sure you're not stupid like me. This thing makes ores out of smooth stone in a 5x5x5 kind of area. I had to kind of, well, that's dirt, but I think, what is it, down, a little more down? Let me see. Yeah, you can see all the cobblestone that's underneath here. I pretty much had to clear all that out because it was turning everything into ores. And I couldn't control the rate, so it just went way through my my mana over there. Current settings, like I said, not only does this keep up, but it actually will slowly gain if it's down a little bit. So you want to make sure this is drained out just a little bit, or you'll be kind of wasting. Or I could probably speed this up a tad. Something like that. You can adjust it to your whatever. But there, back here is a piston. Timer shoots off. You really don't need this here. This is a lot of this stuff is here that doesn't need to be here, but I just never removed it. Now this repeater does need to be here, and it needs to be 3 ticks back so that it gives it time for this to be pushed forward and be in place by the time the redstone spreader shoots off. And this is a weighted lens, which means that this drops. Now this took me forever. I won't lie, because I didn't have the drop far enough. And it either wouldn't drop, or it would drop and just stay right here as a solid piece. It's got to be about a 2-block drop for it to hit that carpet down there and then go into the hopper. And then the hopper, of course, it transfers everything up into here. And we're getting a lot of coal. You're going to get a lot of coal. I think that's probably the number one. I'd like to even see more iron than that, but it's a ton of coal. And I'm just using a diluted mana pool here. I don't want to have this filled up too much. So when this fires, the weighted lens hits it, it falls down, turns into an ore. Nice thing is it's already kind of silk touched for us, so we don't even have to worry about getting that done, any speed upgrades or anything. And then over here, and this will not stay here, I don't think. It's just a big monstrosity, but this is a skeleton spawner up there. That's the R tier 5 soul shard. and it's controlled by, there's a computer up there with the modem on it, and a computer down here with the modem on the back. And what we have is a program. This thing really types slow now, but it activates. You can just look at it real quick. Activates what's called RedNet, which is kind of a wireless communication in computer craft. Clears terminal, then it prints out activate or deactivate, and then it waits for 1 or 2. If it's 1, then it sends a message to the computer that's up next to the spawner to activate a redstone signal on its left hand side, which will turn the spawner on. If it's any other message received by the computer up there, it just shuts it off. So I'm just sending it off. It doesn't matter what I could send it. I could send it, Turkey Day, and it would still shut off. But anything other than on, it's going to turn the spawner off. And then it just restarts the program over. And same with the one at top. It turns on the redstone and restarts the program. So if we exit out of that and then run spawn, the one on the inside is actually, the program is on startup. I haven't done that with this one yet. So if we turn it on, we just activate it. It says spawner is activated. And it's hard to see on video, but that thing actually turned purple when it turns on the inside of the cage. So the skeletons start falling. There's 3 iron spikes that they're hitting right in front of the vacuum chest. The vacuum chest picks everything up. Things that I want to get rid of go into the trash can. Everything else comes down into the chest, and then are separated out since I can't pulverize any of this stuff. Getting a lot of Zavicio, and then of course it's pulled out from here into the pulverizer when it's got room, and then goes into the chest. Let's run over and sleep real quick. Yeah, I mean, each one of these probably could have been a video building it, but it would have been about 20 cuts in between each scene, just because there was so much crafting in between. I built that whole thing and realized that I needed a railroad track for conveyor belts, so I had to build a blast oven and then wait for it to make creosote oil for me so I could make freaking tracks. That took a long time, and of course the test racks took a long time to get the materials for them all together, because I didn't have any. I forgot I needed bronze, and yeah. So yeah, it took me a while to get all this stuff together. This actually went pretty quick, except for not making that drop far enough, and then me being stupid and just couldn't figure it out, and then finally I just was like, well, maybe that'll work, and it did. So let's shut that off. We don't really need any more bones at the moment. So that works really effectively. And the neat thing with that is I can do probably a spawner on, I don't know if I can do it on the front or not. Probably could. Just change the program up to activate or send a redstone signal front, bottom, right. So I could probably do up to 4 spawners. If I dropped it, maybe 5 to the top, because the top is only 1 down from the roof, so I don't think anything would spawn up there, or it would slow it down. But the pulverized bone, of course, then goes into the cache. The cache again pulls it out round robin, and it goes over here to there's 3 droppers that each hold bone meal, and then this dropper, of course, holds potatoes. And the way this bad boy works, and this one took me a long time to get it to kind of work correctly. You got 1 timer controlling everything. This line redstone comes over here, and it goes to the dropper with the potatoes, and it's got no delay on it. The only reason there's a repeater right there is I want to make sure power gets into that dropper. Then we go into another repeater. It's just 1 tick, or one click, and then it spreads out to the droppers up here and to the piston down here. Now the piston is actually, these are the Red Logic ones. This one I think is 2 or 3. just click it until it's actually pushing it up and pulling it down. If it's too fast, it'll push it up and not pull it back down until the next time it goes up, and then it'll pull it back down. You don't want it to do that. Haven't heard that before. I'm going to guess I'm close to a cave. And then it comes up here. Let's run over here so I can jump up. It comes up here, and this repeater goes into this block, which powers this whole block, and it powers that one and that one. And then this one comes around and powers this block, which I really don't need. I guess I could get rid of that and scoot it forward, since, yeah, that may actually be causing a problem. I don't think so, though. Everything seems to be working. And then this repeater, of course, powers that one. So these three are all fire and bone meal, which means our potatoes are instantly grown. So this one fires plants, these fire immediately after it, grow it, and then the piston pushes up, which unplants it and drops back down, and it's ready to be planted again. And it's all pretty quick. Yeah, we have plenty of room in there. And then from there, I had to make a resonant retriever. These aren't too bad. It's just two end stone. I had 12. Used 8 for the 2, I think. Something like that. I can't remember. I used the Ender IO method of making it, so I didn't have to make liquid enderium, which I ended up needing to make anyways, or liquid ender, so I could fill up the tesseract. Yeah. Crafting, more crafting. But then this pulls it out, and it makes sure that there's a stack in, if you look at it, it makes sure there's a stack of potatoes that is white listed. So it pulls it out of the vacuum chest, which is kind of a little buffer there. Also pulling out down back into the dispenser is another Ender IO conduit. And then this cooks them up. It's a little slow. I'm probably going to need a second one. Hold on, let me just silence this. Why is it every time? These people call me every freaking day, and I hate telemarketers. And it's the same number, so I've just got it now, don't answer, on my phone. And they call me every freaking day. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't want your crap. Take me off your list. Nope, keep calling. So I could probably add another one here, because this magmatic dynamo is not using up to its full potential, because it's only using 20 RF. But then it puts it into this chest, and then of course it's pulled out and sent to the tesseract, which goes over to our farm. So the only power usage is the pulverizer here. There's another magmatic dynamo underneath here, and that magmatic dynamo there. Yeah, that's it. So what we will have is, if we come over here, we'll go ahead and start this first. That'll get the stuff going. And then we'll start this one second, which that just gets their timers flowing. Make sure, yep. So they're going to eat, and then they should just start streaming, and it should just stay pretty constant. I have the timing down to where it's pretty constant. And underneath here is a timer. And then from the timer, redstone goes out, and it goes over here, and then it goes underneath these two blocks, which then turn them on, turn them off. That's what allows the stuff to shoot. And I don't have any holes in the ground. And then, of course, this thing, you can tell, just kind of by hovering over it, is if you look over at the mana pool, you can see that it's highlighted. That means it's drawing its mana from that mana pool over there. I can get rid of that so I don't see that beam. So it's not super fast, but we don't have to mess with it. Our stuff gets nice and like I've got 2 diamond ore, sunstone ore. I don't even know what it is or what it's used for. It doesn't look like it's used for too much, but must be relatively rare. Speaking, oh good, another diamond. Speaking of Ars Magica, so, well, real quick, let's finish this up. So that's it. So bone meal is used to make potatoes. Potatoes are cooked and then sent over here. They're sent out to the gourmets, and then they're turned into mana pool. Mana is used by the orchid to make ores, and they're all nice in the actual ores, not dust or anything. So we can actually eventually get like a fortune or just grind them up, whatever, double our stuff. So that's cool. That's cool. Now I need some Ars Magica help. I have this spell dig, and of course it does dig, but it has a Silk Touch version. Let's probably run over and look at the book. There's an item that's needed for it that I have no idea how to get. Feather Touch is what I want, and I need Air Essence, but I need these Tarma roots, and grows in caves and other dark places. I have been caving out the wazoo, and I can't find these things. Is it like is that accurate, or is there actual dungeons that I need to find, or because I can't find that stuff anywhere? I have there's actually a pretty big cave system in our mine area over here, big ravine that I went through, and where is the other one? The other one is like over here somewhere, a big one deep. It goes really, really deep. I went all through that. Well, through a lot of it anyways, and didn't see a single root. So I don't know where to find that stuff. So I can't really progress with what I want to do with Ars Magica without that. So if anybody can fill me in on where to find that stuff, that would be super. So guys, that's going to be it for this one. I appreciate you coming by. If you can tell me where to get that Tarma root stuff, that would be super. So until next time, I will see y'all later.